Where's my scooper? Hey, Susie, how are you? I'm making some sauerkraut, and then I'm going to make some soup. But I lost my scooper. I thought I washed it. Oh, there it is. Ah. So what's going on, Susie? Good evening, yes. Oh, had a great weekend. So I was just gonna do soup, but then I just finished my beet kvass. Turned out really nice. And I had the whole rest of the cabbage left, so I went ahead and I'm just gonna go ahead and make sauerkraut. So when I make sauerkraut, I used to cut it super thin, but then I realized that I really liked to bite into the cabbage. So I make it a little less. So it's thin, but not super thin. Traveling at the moment, but I'll be listening more than commenting. Always love the recipes. Thank you. Hey, Artfully Yours with Diane. I got a couple things going on today. I was just gonna do this, finish up the beet kvass, which I did before the live, and then I was just gonna make soup, but then I had all this cabbage left, and making sauerkraut is so easy that I thought I might as well do it. I mean, I've got 3 or 4 videos of different sauerkrauts, including a simple one like this one. But might as well do it live, right? Bee Lady, hello. Hello, chat. Good to see you all. I'm so excited that you're here. Bee Lady, I read that long comment, and you know, I really appreciate everything that you say. One, it makes me feel like I'm on the right track, and 2, it makes me feel challenged to do better. So if you're wondering why I haven't commented back or anything, it's just only because I'm busy, not because of anything else. So I'm glad I had the opportunity to tell you that I absolutely appreciate you watching and listening. Being an English teacher yourself, or reading teacher, reading specialist. So here we are, we're making sauerkraut. Was not on the menu today, but I have the cabbage, and it takes just a few minutes. So we'll get this done, and then we'll start the soup while this is starting to release its brine. So I'll get this over for you to see. And it got good at, oh, okay. Okay, I'll look at that one. I am just not that great at Instagram. I'm trying, I mean, it's not hard or anything. I'm just not, I'm like, oh yeah, I have Instagram. Oh yeah. So, see, it has nothing, Bee Lady, to do with what I'm cooking. Anyway, here's my cabbage. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do here. So I'm gonna basically take, oh my God, I just sounded like I was from Minnesota. I'm basically gonna take, okay, I'm gonna take a couple teaspoons. Why is that? So 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. Now, here's my rule of thumb. If it tastes good in its raw state, it'll taste good in its fermented state. So usually per head of cabbage, I only use 2 tablespoons of vinegar, salt. I just ate some sauerkraut in my hot dog today, but it wasn't homemade. Yeah, you know what? I went to an Oktoberfest party yesterday, and I had sauerkraut, and I was, you know, kind of craving it because it is sausage season. Anyway, I'm going to sprinkle half of this on there, and then I'm going to work it in, and then I'm going to put a plate on it and let it rest for a few minutes. While we're doing that, I'll start the soup. But a lot of people would say this would not be enough salt. It depends on the size of the cabbage. It depends on a number of other things. This will create its own brine, and if it doesn't have enough water, then I'll do a little bit more salt. So, hey, Mrs. Coleman. Hey, Honey Sour. Good to see you. Okay, so I'm just gonna sprinkle this on. You know what? I'll probably need more salt. I can see that that wasn't a ton. So I just put on 2 tablespoons. And I'm going to work it through and put a plate on it for weight. It may be enough. I don't know. Okay, so I have the salt worked through. It's already getting a little shiny, which means that it's already pulling water out of it. Tuck that down. I'm gonna get a plate. Put a plate on top to help it encourage to release that, and then I need another weight of some sort. Oh, I'm breaking stuff. Okay. Oops. Anyway, I didn't break it. Anyway, I'm going to put this, it's about a 3-pound jar of sugar on here, and that will encourage it to release some juices. So I'm going to put this over here for right now. Coming right back. So we're multitasking today. I have both, have not used pencils yet. These are the Honey Sour. Sounds good, thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna try to clean up as I go. So this recipe I'm making up in my own head. Carrots, celery, onion, obviously. I think that's that's mirepoix. And then we are going to use 3 cans of beans. I'm going to use a little bit of chicken and a little bit of bacon. So let's get working on the bacon first. So this is the kind of bacon I use when I'm here. I love it. It's hickory smoked. I like their Applewood smoked, Beeler's Applewood smoked bacon better, but they didn't have any at Whole Foods, not Whole Foods, excuse me, Mississippi Market. So I went with the hickory smoked. I'm not gonna use all of that, of course, but I have a little bit left, and then I'll cut some out of the other package. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I know all of us in here are subscribed, so I really appreciate that. If you would, share out the live, and if you would also do me a favor and do a thumbs up, that would be great. So this is cut in slices, but I'm going to cut it in chunks. When I get over there, I'll turn that on. So let's do this. Flower Glamorous, hello, how are you? Good to see you. I'm going to cut some bacon. 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 All right, cut down the middle. I'm going to cut it, even though it's in strips, I'm going to cut it in chunks and see how that fries up. Okay, just let that go for a little bit. I don't need these anymore, not until later. I'll put some spinach in it. There's not tomatoes there. I'm looking for carrots. Carrots. I should have pulled these out earlier, but I was busy. Come on, celery, where are you? Oh no, are you going to tell me I don't have celery? I'm going to have to do. No, I guess. No, that's celery. Okay. I got to clean out that refrigerator. Yes, bacon makes everything taste better. So I have just enough celery. That's good. I'm going to cut off the tops of those. This is great for soup because it's just about to be the end of it. Rachel Ray garbage bowl. Always got to have a garbage bowl. Okay, this is a little bit unruly. Hey, lady, didn't you tell me you could do something with that? I'm going to go with 2 big ones and a small one. Rinse these off. This food looks delicious. You'll have to share the recipe. I don't have a recipe yet. I'm making it up right now. So celery better than carrots. Yes, me too. The bacon makes everything. Yep. Okay, let's switch. I'm going to unplug you there. See if I can switch spots with you. Oh, I've got to turn down the bacon. So she is winging it. That's right. But I've made a soup like this. Well, you know, if you watch my videos, and the second picture that shows after my graffiti me face is this soup. And I haven't made it in 2 years or a year since I made that video. So this will be interesting. Okay. I am not going to spray these with apple cider vinegar. I could, but I'm not going to today. Switching you off. Absolutely winging it, bee lady. Yes, take that celery and put it in a jar of water with the root part in the water, maybe 2-3 inches. Tell me more, tell me more. Organic celery, yes, it is organic. Tell me more, tell me more. I won't do any more of that. Okay. Armpit shot. I need another bowl. Sorry. Oops, I meant organic carrots. Yes, they are organic carrots. Yeah, but that doesn't mean they don't have germs. It just means that they're organic. So I just don't, I'm not concerned today. What happens if I do this? Is that a little better? Yes. So celery, carrots, onions, homemade chicken stock. So this is not vegan or vegetarian. Tomatoes, chicken, which I'll get cooked up after the bacon. And white beans, along with some elephant kale. I love it. Some people don't say it. It's called some other kind of kale, but I call it elephant kale. I don't know why I call it elephant kale. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is my favorite kind of kale. It's the tastiest. It works better in soup as far as I'm concerned, and I really enjoy it. So anyway, that's what we're doing with this today. I need to put the timer on 5 minutes so that I know when to squeeze the sauerkraut. Why am I doing this? Okay, what is going on here? Clear off. Timer, 5 minutes. That's 20. Okay, there we go. Finished cutting the carrots. Thank you guys for coming. It really means a lot to me. This is small enough I can leave it whole. And that may be enough. I think that's equal amounts. Maybe half this carrot. I'll do half, the fat half. Are you putting beet in? No, I already, bee lady, I'll show you that in a second. I already did my beet kvass. I was just making, I am not putting beets in this. That, I think basically that would taste terrible. That's good. Okay, so bee lady and anybody else who didn't see this right away, I thought I'd still be working on this when the live stream started, but carrots don't take that long to cook. Anyway, when the live stream started, but I was done, so that's why it said beets. I can always go change it, but now that I'm talking about the beet kvass, I can keep it in there. You almost have 4K watch hours. I have 3,294. I had 3,350, but I think somebody looped me. So I lost 100 hours in there someplace earlier last week. I'm not worried about it. Anyway, here's my beet kvass. This is ginger, red ginger beet kvass, and it'll be ready in 2 to 3 weeks. It's kind of cold here in Minnesota, so like 50s. It's going to be down to 45. So this will take a little bit longer to ferment than it did in the summer. In the summer, I could almost get one done in 14 days. So I just went to put it in my fermentation station, which is just the corner over by the microwave. Now I need to cut some onion. I need to stir this up, first of all. Get this stirred up. Browning nicely. Oh, that's going to be very, 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 very tasty. I'm not going to have to add any of this package. So usually with a package this big, what I do is I cut it in half, and then I have I separate it into 4 sections, and I what is it? I had to look at it. I vacuum seal it so that this will last me about a month or maybe a little bit more. All right, the onion. I have a beautiful Vidalia onion that's on its last legs, so we'll see what we can get out of it. Meaning it's been down under for a while. See, it's got, but that's all right. We'll get rid of that. Waste not, want not. Struggling. So they're just perfectly fine. I will rinse them though in case any of those and I'll turn this over. Okay, good, good, good. What's going on? Artfully, I already have past 4K, but no hurry to monetize. Do you run your onion under cold water so your eyes won't? I should do that, B-Lady. I had the video coming up that you'll see on Tuesday. Shows me like having convulsions because my my eyes were watering so bad. It so rarely happens. The reason I ran this underwater is because the skin, the onion skin, had what looked like some mold. And if there's mold spores, I want to rinse them off before they get a chance to set in. So, all right, let's cut this. I think I'm just going to cut the big half. I don't think I need the other half. So, rinse this knife too. Okay. Yeah, suddenly, in the last, I don't know what makes an onion potent. Like sometimes I'm fine, and the next thing I know, my eyes are just, oh man, I'm all over the place with this. I can do better than that. My eyes will be like pouring water. This isn't so bad with the Vidalia. But whatever onion I was using last week, woo! Holy Hannah. Thought my eyes were gonna water. I don't know. I thought my eyes were just dying. So there we go. Okay. So that's good. We'll start with that. I'm going to put this to the side for right now because my cabbage is ready to squeeze for the first time. And you can see, go on, Stella, go on. Oh, there's that piece. I don't want you to have onion. Go away. Okay, so you can see that it's, you know what, I'll turn the light on it. You can see that it's starting to get a little glossy. That's because the water is coming out. So it's starting to create its own brine already. So I'm going to use my bare hands. I may regret it because it has salt in it, so my hands may get really dry. Oh yeah, this is good. This is really good. So there's two techniques I use for sauerkraut. And yes, it really is a technique. It's taking handfuls and turning it, handfuls and turning it. It's very much like the techniques you use for kneading dough. And then the other one is it's over, flip, flip, flip. And then, of course, I want to turn my bowl and do that same thing. Over, flip, over, flip. And then back to the other technique. You can go under, yep. Okay. So that's good. That's a good start. I'm going to taste it. It's plenty salty, so I don't think I need to add any more right now. There we go. So I'm going to put the weight back on it, the plate, and the weight. Put it back over here for another 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, we should really be able to squeeze it. And I told you I was going to regret that. Miss Coleman, do you use any dill? Not in my sauerkraut. I don't use dill in my sauerkraut. I use dill in, I've done some unsuccessful dill pickles. And I haven't, and I've used dill for that, but okay, so I wonder if I can move you guys back over here, if it'll get fuzzy. It may or may not. We don't turn up most of the computers in the house except for these two. So there's the bacon. Okay, I think we're okay. If it starts to buffer too much, then I'll move you back. Not sure, Ms. B. What? I used to love it when I ate burnt hot dogs. Yes, Mrs. Coleman. That's what I'll say to that. Yes. Okay, we're going to pull off this bacon, and we are going to add the mirepoix, which is celery, onions, and carrots. It's not cooked all the way through, but it's rendered enough fat so I can use that fat. And yes, I'm going to use most of the fat in this, in the pan. I'm going to use most of it, but some I'm going to pour off. Some I'm going to pour off into my my container for grease. Not wise to do it over the lit stove. There we go. I'm going to keep a little bit of that. Put the rest over here. Okay, turn that stove back on. That's going to light up, I'm sure. I did spill. And so we're going to let this go for a little bit. I'm going to season it with salt, pepper. Well, I'm going to season it with everything seasoning. Found my little camping one, so I'm going to use that up. There we go. You were on StreamYards. Are you planning on doing panels? At some point, wait a second. At some point, I'm still figuring it out and I'm having fun with it. I also feel like I have more control with StreamYards. I don't really. It just, for some reason, it's more fun because I can like highlight stuff. I have never eaten it by itself though. What does everyone do with their saved bacon fat, and do you keep it on the stove or in the fridge? I keep it, Bee Lady, with my bacon fat, this is what I season my cast iron pans with. I have a little, I use it like this. If I'm making bacon, I'll dump most of the, if I'm making breakfast, I'll dump most of the bacon grease out into there, and then I'll cook my eggs or my Just Egg, which is a gluten-free or egg-free egg replacer that's better than anything I've ever tasted. I will use it to cook eggs. So got some raw chicken that I found in the refrigerator. Raw chicken. The way I said that was just not cool. Okay, so what do I want to do? I need to wipe off my knife. Oh, that smells so good, you guys. That thing about smell-o-vision, I really wish it was true, but the way I said it, right? Miss Coleman in the fridge or top of the stove. Okay. I have to wear gloves for this, guys, because I can't touch chicken without freaking out. I'm going to turn this off. Turn this down. I just can't do it. Hey, Natural in New Orleans, how are you? Good to see you. I'm cooking some bean soup, some white bean soup with bacon and chicken and tomatoes and a bunch of stuff. So, hold on one second. I'm going to get this cut up, and then I'm going to put that right away in the... You're way over there. Let me move you. That's a little bit. Something's burning. Oh, okay. Yes, something is burning. I dripped a little bit of that bacon grease. Yeah, just little chunks of chicken. Pulled it out of the freezer. So this is going in my bean soup. She has a special jar for hay. I need to cook pot of white beans and ham. Yes, absolutely. This is, are you laying down there, Stella? Can you guys see Stella? You can't. You just listening? This is just something I created. I made a recipe a while ago and I wrote it down, but I don't have access to it right now because it's in some app that I lost my password to. So, all right, now we can do this. Whoops, wrong one. So, Bee Lady, this is what I do with my bacon grease. Just a little bit. Right in there. Okay, let me get you closer. All right, I think you can see. Oh, I'm busy today. That sauerkraut's going to have me going. I'm going to brown up the chicken a little bit before I put it into the soup. There we go. See if we can get a sizzle on that. Artfully yours, it would be nice. Shared to Twitter and community. Thank you so much. You have Tuesday off for Rosh Hashanah. I do not. Our students in our families. Our students in our families are allowed to take off with no penalty for the holiday. Like, it doesn't come out of their personal leave. Or they get an excused absence. I believe that's how it works. In New York, they do all of the holidays, I guess, in New York City. So getting a little bit of color on this. I should probably just leave it alone. This is starting to come together. Softening up a little bit. And let's get back to this sauerkraut. We'll let this brown up a little bit. We have a second thing to do on the sauerkraut. Too much light on my face. Yes. Hello. I love New York. I do too. That is good. It's a 4-day weekend because of Rosh Hashanah. Yeah. I think that's great. We generally don't get, unfortunately, we generally don't get Jewish holidays. We only get Christian holidays, which tells you a little bit about Minnesota. What am I doing? I am getting back to the sauerkraut. Okay. And I am going to wear my sauerkraut gloves for this because my hands are already tingling just from touching it last time. So, trying to get my gloves. What do I do? What do I use the beet kvass for? Bee lady, beet kvass is a beet tonic. It's really good for your liver. Beets are really good for your liver. It's also chock full of probiotics, so it's really good for your intestines, your gut flora, your gut biome, your gut flora. It helped me when I had a really bad digestion and really bad immune system for a few years because I had been given too many antibiotics and it destroyed my gut flora. I have taken, and I'll show this to you. I used to take this raw probiotics for women. But this is $45 or $50. It's probably 50 by now, dollars a bottle. And I can, in both sauerkraut juice, sauerkraut, beet, kvass, any of these fermented foods, I can get billions upon billions of probiotics just in a tablespoon. So I was, with that bad digestion, I was having a lot of pain, and I'd gone to a doctor and all that, and they just wanted to keep giving me stuff that didn't work, more drugs. So I started, I went to a naturopath, and then I started, he started me on probiotics, and then I figured out how to make it myself. And that's why you always see me making both sauerkraut. We do sauerkraut, we do beet, kvass. I do a number of other fermented things. That's why I'm beyond sauerkraut. And I do, so beet, kvass, sauerkraut, fermented carrots, fermented hot sauce, fermented, my favorite was the fermented salsa that I did my tacos, but let's get to this real quick. So that's why you always see me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. This is good. This is really good. This is coming along just fine. That's why you always see me doing making beet kvass. It's the part of the regime. See, or the regiment, not the regime. See the water coming out? That's making its own brine. I do have some extra brine, an extra 2% brine if I need to use it, but I don't think I'll need to, because we'll do this. We'll squeeze it a little bit. We'll do another 10 minutes on this, and then we should be able to pound it into jars. So usually, to make a good batch of sauerkraut, usually only takes, for the preparation before you get it into the jar, about 30 minutes. And how much is a good cabbage? Less than $2, maybe $3. And you get twice as much as if you bought the dead stuff in the store. So this will be this is living food. One of my favorite shows on YouTube is It's Alive by Brad somebody. Anyway, he's through Bon Appetit. He calls it his show It's Alive because he ferments a lot of foods, and he's super healthy, but he eats living food, and this is going to be living food. So let's let this rest a little bit, 10 more minutes, and then we're going to get it into jars. Piece of Heaven Farmstead, hello. Oh, wow, fermented salsa. Oh, let me get these off really quick, because I want to talk to you about the fermented salsa. Okay, I don't want to waste another pair of gloves, so. Yes, fermented salsa. It's delicious. I'd never tasted anything like it before. It was salsa on steroids. It was amazing. The recipe is I think it's called Beyond Sauerkraut Season 2 Episode 1 Fermented Salsa. I believe that's what it is. Anyway, I couldn't believe it. I had no idea that you could transform the flavor of just a simple salsa. Ooh, nice color on that. I should do something like season it. I'll use everything seasoning and a little bit of cayenne pepper. Okay, and let me go get my cayenne. Got to be careful. A little bit more. There we go. Turn that up, stir it around. Ah, okay, thank you. How are you, piece of what is it again? It's piece of heaven farmstead. You went away. There you are. Man. I'm so glad you all came through. 8 of us in the house. I have no idea how many thumbs up. I don't care. But if you would like to, you can give me a thumbs up. All right, let's go ahead and just put this chicken in here. Like that. It's got some nice color on it. So this is where we are right now. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. I needed to get some red pepper flake in there. And where are my tomatoes? Here are my tomatoes. Tomatoes. This is it's frozen right now, but this is my chicken stock. So I need to put that in the microwave to get it at least to the melting state. So what's cool about my chicken stock is it's super gelatiny because I make it out of chicken feet with all that collagen in the toes. And then I freeze it and it's just delicious. It's just delicious. So we'll get that thawed out. Do a minute or so. Okay, I think Miss Stella, would you like to go outside? Do you want to go outside? You want to go outside? Okay. Might be raining. It's been cloudy and rainy all day. She's going to want to come back in a second. You know that. Have you all seen chicken feet? Are you Stella? She's so cute. Yes. Yes, she is. Please thumbs up so they cayenne pepper kept cat. What? What's that say? So they said cayenne pepper kept cats away. Didn't work for me. Who said cayenne pepper kept? That's interesting. Thank you. Yes. Oh no, chicken feet. Oh, that's right. You can't. That's just not your deal, is it? Let's get some red pepper flake. Where'd my husband do with it? I use old jars for everything. So, chicken feet. We're gonna bloom it a little bit. So I'm gonna make a side for it right there. And whoa, wow, that's a little bit too much. And let that. So I'm gonna let it toast a little bit in the side there, and then I'll mix it. So let it toast a little bit. Yes, puppy. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, now you have to go away because we can't play that game anymore. Okay, go away. So we'll let that toast a little bit. And we will get going on the rest of this. I think folks using them for seasoning and stuff. What? Never eaten chicken feet. Chicken feet. Okay, so I've never eaten chicken feet. I've only made stock out of them. However, you can go to many Asian restaurants around here, and they will have fried chicken feet, which I'm not necessarily interested in. No, Stella just had to go look outside both ways. Right? She didn't have to pee. She's just being Stella. Okay, blend that in there, and then I'm gonna see if I can get that chicken stock in. Start with that. Turn this up a little bit. I'd like to. There we go. Yeah, nice, right? Nice. And tasty, believe me. Okay, so this isn't thoroughly thawed, but I don't have to worry about that because it'll do it all by itself in there. So it's just a frozen lump of stock right now. We'll put a lid on it and let it melt down. Okay. Now, I think it's time to work on that sauerkraut again and get it pounded into, I think all of it will fit. It usually does. I think all of it's going to fit into one jar. Gosh, I am sounding like the teacher I am these days. I was noticing, you guys, I was noticing in my video that natural sound, that natural sound that I normally have kind of went away. And I was back to about what sounded pretty unnatural, but you knew that you could follow along. It's like, oh my God, is that what I sound like as a teacher? Ah! Oh, yes. And you too can learn how to make sauerkraut. Craziness. Crazy. We do not have Asian restaurants here. You don't have what? What? I don't believe that. They sell chicken feet in the stores there. Yes, Bee Lady, they do. I normally get my chicken feet from the co-op, the same farmer who I get my turkey from, and some of my chicken. The chicken is expensive though, but the chicken feet, that's not so bad. I mean, chicken feet, like, oh, and they sell it at Walmart and Cub. And if you can tell the difference between the chicken feet that are in the conventional stores and the chicken feet that are raised by a farmer, because the chicken feet that come from the conventional stores, their feet are literally, you can see that it has been ripped off because it's just horrible. Same, the product tastes the same, and then the ones I get from the co-op, which I can get a pound for like $2, so that's not bad. There is a very straight cut right at the joint. It's like, so I think a chicken foot has a couple different joints, but it's right at the joint, and I feel like the chicken is treated better. Oh, where are we? Hey, TNZ RV Life, I hope you are feeling better. I understand you weren't feeling well. Hey, SD Bob Pliskin, how are you? So glad you're here. So glad you're here. I only eat free-range chickens. Folks coming in, please thumbs up the live. Thank you. Yes, I do my best to eat chickens that come from farmers I know or farms I know. I'm good with free range as long as the chickens are not corralled into one place, and free range is considered they open the gate and they are, chickens can be cruel to one another. So free range, I hope it means that the barn is opened, right? Alyssa Kerwood, Rainbow Angel, my best friend on YouTube. No, you do not have to worry about being late. You're here. What are your favorite cheeses? You know, I'm a fan of making my own mozzarella. That was the most delicious cheese I've ever tasted. Otherwise, I am I'm a pepper jack girl. Anything pepper jack. I do like habanero jack too. So anything spicy. My husband's a cheddarhead. No, he's not from Wisconsin. I am the cheddarhead when it comes to that. But let's see how this is doing. Ooh, this is coming along fine. Yeah, that frozen stock is just going to be frozen for a while, but we'll just let that go. Okay. Oh, Swiss on crackers sounds great. I need to, what should I do next? Oh, the sauerkraut. That's right. I'm so scatterbrained. I didn't put the timer on this time, but I know it's 10 minutes later or about that. And it was almost ready last time, so we're good. Got to put my gloves on. That didn't look good, did it? Okay, let me do this. I go through about 200 gloves every 2 months, 3 months, trying to cut down on that and trying to reuse it. Okay, got that. Oh, this is going to be good. Yes, we're good. We're good. We're good. So I'll move this closer. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, we're going to get that pounded. I got to squeeze a little bit. You know what? Let me taste it for you. I just dropped some on the floor. Listen to that. Can you hear that? It's not too salty, but I can tell it's at least a 2% salt brine. I know that flavor more than anything. So I'm hoping we can fit this into one jar. Let me see. Once we pound it down, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, there it is. Okay. Yes, I agree, Bob. Oh, I'm getting my computer all wet. Gruyere, I do like it. I'm cheap. Oops. Oh no, I lost the chat. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now I wanted to do this. I'm trying to highlight some. I'm feeling a little better, thank you. Good, there we go. All right, let's do this. I need my pounder and I have my jar. This is from an old potato ricer. So I'm loving it. I've used it for this purpose. This is the only reason I've used it. So we're gonna get it in there. Let me do it this way. Hopefully I'm not gonna get it all over the place. I don't like how that looks. Okay, so you fill it up and you pound it down. Look at that. Look how far that goes down. This is going to be good, you guys. See all that brine? See it? Yep, it released all of that. Okay, I'm not going to fit it all in there, and I want some brine on top, but I will use this for something. So let me see how much more I can get in there. Okay, I think I'm at where I need to be because I got to get a sour stone in there as well. I need to put, so there's this much of a very old cabbage that we didn't get in there. And I'm gonna be okay with that. Put this down over the top. You put the cabbage leaf in there, you guys, to keep the kraut under the brine. Okay, and then I have my sour stone. Sour stone is a glass weight. So here's my glass weight. I'm going to put it on top. That keeps everything under. And I have way more brine than I. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. We're not going to waste that. We're not going to waste that. We're going to do something with it. I just don't know what yet. Hello, everybody. Hey, Purple Paisley Planner. Good to see you. I love your. There we go. Come on. There we go. Hey. Okay, time to get an airlock on this, and then we can seal it up and put it in the fermentation station. Haha, airlock lid. You always want to make sure that before you put your airlock on that you wipe down the rim. You want that as dry as possible so that you don't have any creepy crawlies getting up in there. And then also with your fermentation lid, you need a rubber gasket. That helps keep the air out. Press that all the way down in there. And then we have an airlock with a lid. Yes, there's a lid. So you can get these airlocks and the lids at Amazon. And what you do is you put it down on there, you pour water in there, and you snap on the lid. What happens is air will come up through here. Air will come up through here, come out the spout, come down, and it'll exit, and nothing will be able to get down. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in my fermentation station over here, where my lunch bag is, and the beet kvass is, and the breakfast food is, and the bananas. So, and my collagen. Let's pull this out. These are going to go here. It's a kind of a dark corner. It's kind of a dark corner, and then we'll check on them later. Now, I have a feeling with this, with the cabbage, since we didn't leave a lot of headroom, that I'm going to need to have a bowl under it because the liquid will start to go up through the spout, and yay, you love sauerkraut. Yay. I love people who love sauerkraut. Beyond sauerkraut, obviously. Okay, it's a little dark in here. Let me see what I can do about that. That didn't help, but this may. That didn't help. Oh, my lighting situation is always, there we go. Always a travesty. Okay, so we have the sauerkraut done. That is excellent. That means I'll have sauerkraut. I'll have sauerkraut to eat in probably 14 days, and by that time it should be cool. So let's go ahead and continue working on this. I didn't need this, it's just salt water. I'm gonna put that in the dishwasher. Okay, and we have 3 cans of organic beans, 2 of which we're gonna drain, and the 3rd we're not going to drain. So let's work on that. Get this garbage bowl out of the way. really challenging space to work with, guys. So thank you for understanding. You know what? I think I want to get my tomatoes in there first. So these are organic. They're diced. I usually like to get whole tomatoes, but there were no whole, in the store, there were no whole tomatoes, organic whole tomatoes. And it's in a sauce, which I don't normally like, but it's what I could get. So I'm gonna just dump this in. Let's make sure you can see it. So we're just gonna dump this in. Yes, good. I'll show that to you. So this is a 5-quart pot, believe it or not. So without dumping it on you, I'll just give you a little bit of a, there you go. Okay. So we're gonna get those beans going. Maybe I will drain all 3. I think I better drain all 3 because otherwise I'm not gonna have enough room. So let's get those going. Ugh, my nose. And then I'll cut up the kale. This is almost done, you guys. Really excited. Bee lady, oh, okay. Is everything gonna fit in the pan? Yes, it is. It really is. It's much bigger than you, what am I doing? It's much bigger than you think it is. It's 5 quarts. So once we drain these, you'll see. There's only a couple more things to put in: the beans and the bacon and the kale. One. Ugh. 2 and 3. Thumbs up, thanks. Good to see all of you. Yes, it is so fun. I'm really happy about how many people are here and glad that you're here listening to me. So stare at that for a minute. I need to clean up some stuff here. Okay. I'll be back in just a second. Hold on. Hold on. All right, here we go. Just gonna switch you up real quick. And we're gonna drain these beans. What am I doing? Put it in there in a second. So drain and rinse. Grandpa's Adventures is here. Is that true? Yes. Hello. How's Luna? You guys, if you haven't been over to Grandpa's channel, he has this beautiful boxer named Luna. And he's a pretty nice guy, too. But Luna's the star of the show. Luna gets lots of treats. Well, Grandpa's the star of the show, but Luna's definitely one of the main attractions. She's got a boxer whose tongue just lollygags to the side. He's sweet as pie. And you know how I am about those smush-faced dogs. Good. All right. Okay. Switch you back up. So that was easy. Now we're going to get those in there. And yes, everything is going to fit in the pan. So this is going to be delicious. Oh, I haven't had this in so long. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Yes. And here we go. Are they all going to fit? Yes. Oh, and chicken and soon to be bacon and the mirepoix and I'm going to turn this up because we need to get some bubbling in here. Grandpa's Adventure, Luna, yes. I think Luna has her own channel too, right, Grandpa? All right, that looks good. I need to taste for flavor, for seasoning. I know I'm going to have to season it with something. Let's see. I don't think I have to add anything. Maybe just a touch of salt. Oh, wow. And I'm going to put that bacon bag in there, so let's do that now. Oh, I love me. I think that bacon may salt it up just enough. I may not need to add more salt. But I got to get the kale in there because that'll take a little bit to wilt and cook. But I want to get this up to, oh God. If you could smell this, oh my God. I need a hamburger. Hello, Carter's Eat, hello. Thank you guys for coming. So Carter's Eat is here, huh? I didn't see her. Kinfolk Farms of Georgia, hello, all of you. Oh, so good to see you. Thank you for coming. It makes my day. It really does. It makes my day. You know what? It's time to start cutting some kale. We got, so here's, for those of you that just came in, I'll show you a couple things we did already. So before the show started, I thought I was still going to be making the beet kvass. And you know that the beet kvass is the fermented beet juice. And I'm going to run out really soon. I should have made it last week or the week before. Anyway, this will be ready in 3 weeks. Fermented beet tonic, good for the gut, good for the liver, good for the blood. Then I had a cabbage that needed to be used. So take a look at this color now because this is going to change. Anyway, we got that done together about 10 minutes ago. And we're working on the bean soup right now. This is the same soup that if you start watching one of my videos, the second picture is this beautiful bean soup with kale. Well, that's what this is. However, I don't have the recipe anymore, so I'm making it up. I've made it so many times before. I know how to do it. So it's just beans and stock and tomatoes and chicken and bacon and just good stuff. Onions, carrots. And the best part I love the most is the kale. This is my favorite kind of kale. Oh, water all over the place. I have to wash it really quick. I'll be right back. I'm just rinsing it. Okay. And I think I'm going to start, let's see, how much do I want to use? I'm so weird. How much do I want to use? I think I want to use just about, let's see, I'll start with half and then I'll make a decision from there. So where is my knife? Where is my knife? I'll get my other knife. Super simple. We're just going to cut it even with the rib. I keep the ribs in this kind of kale. Until we get to the very bottom where it gets a little dicey. Then I rip it off just like as I was doing greens. You know what I'm going to do, though? This still feels a little bit sandy. I'm going to put this in my salad spinner. And I think that's enough. Yeah, I need to put this in my salad spinner. All right, so we're gonna put this in the salad spinner because, and there I am, because it feels very sandy. So I'm gonna rinse it first. That one's a little too thick. Yeah, it's got a real fine sand on it, so. Even if I just rinsed it, that wouldn't be enough. I gotta spin it out of there. My perfect size for Troy and I. I love this. It's fun. Kale is yummy. It certainly is. You are so right about that. All right, let's just dump this out. Let's see, show you what happens here. Let's close you down. Watch this. That's a lot. Okay, spin it a little bit more. I don't have to get all the water off. I just have to get the sand out. So. There we go. Let me see how that feels. Oh, that feels much better. And look at how deep green this is. Let me put some light on that. How deeply, the deep green. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that's going right in my belly. All right. Let's see what we can do to get you in here, see what's going on. I gotta move my wine boxes. Wine boxes hold a computer very well, by the way. Okay, there it is. And just gonna let that sit on top and wilt. Isn't that pretty? Perfect, perfect, perfect. Dinner is going to be good tonight. Let that wilt. I'm so proud of what we got done today. Of course, I still have a ton of grading to do that I can do in the morning. I'm going to be skimming through some papers real quick. I have an assessment tomorrow with my dance kids. I have, what else do I have? I have a whole bunch. Oh, so I have to write the rubric for the assessment. They already know it's on performance, the performance skills of not looking at the floor. This is beginning, remember. Not looking at the floor, trusting their bodies, trusting that they know where they are in space so they're not looking around at everybody else, knowing the combination and what their face is doing. So those 4 things. I don't quite know how I'm going to grade it yet because I have super, super beginners where this is so, walking is hard. So here they're doing combinations and I'm expecting them to they couldn't walk to the rhythm in the beginning of the school year. So I really have to grade on growth. That's what I have to do. I have to grade on growth. But that's really hard to do because growth so much depends on effort. So how do I grade on effort? I guess have you been here every day? All of that stuff. I'm going to open up the door because it's super hot in here. Now it's only 49 degrees outside, so it feels good. Yes, go ahead. All right, I'm going to leave that open for a little bit. We don't have the heat on, so it's perfectly fine. So then in the afternoon, after dance, kids are going to want to know what they can do for their final draft. And I've only got, I think of the 80, I only have 50 done. So hopefully I can get, the rest done. We'll see. So let me see what's going on. Yep, rubric now and by the end of school year show growth after you're delivering instruction for a year. Yeah, I was telling people that I've had several students, because they really have, let's look at me, okay. Several students who have had me for 3 or some 4 years, and it is amazing. I mean, they're so much better. They're so much better. They're still, they would be considered beginning dance if they went off to college and took dance. They would need to start at the top of a beginning class because we never had an advanced class. So your dance group is all set and ready to rehearse. No. So Bee Lady, my dance group doesn't start until March, and most of them come out of my class, and then I create a dance ensemble. So no, they're not set until March. Anyway, what time is it, and what do I have going on? It is 5:25. We'll keep looking at the soup for a little bit. But this is definitely going to be good. Ready by dinner. The kid wants to add more kale. The kid being me. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Yep. Let's wash some more kale. It wilted down enough that I can add more kale. I'm going to go blow my nose. Okay. We need to do more kale, so I'm going to cut it up and I'm going to rinse it or use the salad spinner on it. I'm going to add the rest of that kale because because it'll be good. So let's cut that up. So here's what's ridiculous. I really need to have my own garden because this kale for just one bunch was $2.49. And the same with the collard greens. You would get like, this is at the co-op, of course. You'd get like 6 leaves of collard greens for $2.39. I was like, are you crazy? You must be out of your mind. So we'll cut and get it into the spinner. Let's start that right now. And then these I need to clean like greens. Because that is woody, 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 woody. Anybody new? Anybody new? So your dance group is also Bachelor, right? The Bachelor, right? Sorry, what are you talking about, B-Lady? Sorry, I don't know. Thank you guys for being here. Thumbs up the live if you haven't already. I don't know how many thumbs up I have, because I think that's just fine. I didn't even thumbs up myself. But lately I've done live streams where I've had 23 people in the house and I only have 4 thumbs up. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not living for the thumbs up. It just shows engagement. So if that is possible, we're going to cut this down because these are bigger pieces. Cut these down a little bit more. There we go. All right. So if possible, please, I know how hard it is, smash that like button. It's so difficult, isn't it? Where am I? Okay, there we are. And so, oh gosh, this is really, well, you can't see that. My God, maybe you can. Get that fine sand off there. To me, there's nothing worse than biting into greens or spinach or kale, and you crunch on it, and it's grit. I do not like grit in my greens. It totally sets me off. Let's stay over here and do this, shall we? Like I said, I'm not worried about getting the water off. I'm worried about getting the grit out. This will do it. One more time. There we go. Perfect. All right. So who do we have? Oh, on into the woods. Into the woods. I'm not. That's the sheepish look. Like, I'm not ready. I will be ready. I'll be just fine. But I'm not ready just yet because I need to rehearse with my director because there is no, we're making up dance. We're not really. Oh, this is, you guys, I can't wait to bite into this with you. You should smell it. Oh, deliciousness. I think it's time for you to say hello, an honest hello, to Miss Stella. Hello, Stella. Are you a good puppy? Do you want a treat? Shall I get you a treat? Stay there. Stay. Stay. Let's get you a treat. Stella, can you lay down? Can you lay down? Can you lay down? Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Come on. Butt down. Lay down. Okay. Can you sit? There's a sit. Good. Can you lay down? Can you lay down? Come on. You can do it. Oh, I get a kiss instead. Okay. Good dog. Good dog. She forgot how to lay down. She hasn't done that. Isn't she pretty? She's such a good dog. That, I'm going to let that sit over there and I'll stir it in. I'm going to have you sit. I'm going to have you sit there for a while. Let's get this in. Oh, yep, this will be perfect. Okay. Yep, that's not too much kale. That's exactly what we needed. Good. Well, that's that. I feel good. I feel good. And we're going to leave it at that so I don't get copyrighted. So, yeah, isn't Stella just a dream? She just, I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. All right, you guys. So, just to recap, I made some beet kvass. I made some sauerkraut. We made dinner. And I'm going to take a bite for you in just a minute. I'm going to let that kale wilt just a little bit. So, I'm so glad you all came through. Sundays, I think I'm going to do Sundays. So, you know how I'm always like, oh, this is going to be my schedule. This is going to be my schedule. I think I really finally have it settled. Sundays, cooking live. Monday through Friday, teacher vlogs. Tuesday, isn't she, Alyssa? Dinner, yes, we made beets. We made the beets. We made, oh, okay, sauerkraut. We did sauerkraut, yes. Oh, Grandpa, that's so funny. Stella doesn't like boys. No, literally, she doesn't like boy dogs. She doesn't like love girl dogs or anything. She doesn't like boy dogs. So Luna will have to really give her a good reason. Hey, Winston family. Good to see you. Whoa, hey. Oh, hold on. Hello? Hello? Yeah, what do you need? Yeah. Yeah, hold on. Henry needs Troy. Like, for some reason. Henry is our neighbor. Hey, hon. Henry needs you. Yes. I don't know. It seems urgent. I don't know. He came over and maybe it's to help you lift something. I don't know. Okay. It sounded urgent. Okay. But Henry seems to make things sound urgent. Everything's urgent. Okay. I don't know what's going on, but Henry is our neighbor across the street. He's from Ireland. So he sounds like this all the time. And I'm not making fun of him, but I sounded like a real emergency. And he came running over because I saw him run. But I think he just needs Troy to help him lift a tool out of on the back of his truck. So we'll see. Let me taste this for you. I live in a really interesting neighborhood. I'm going to turn that way down so we don't overcook anything. So here's what it looks like. Let me see if I can get some light on that. I can't seem to. Maybe if I do this. Okay, that's what it looks like. Oh, it is to get a tool. Oh, Troy's going to be so mad to help him get a tool. Troy's going to be a little bit angry because this is his practicing time. And he gets precious little time. He only gets a couple hours with his guitar a day, which is more that time than he gets with me. But so let me turn it this way. Okay. All right. So it's very tasty looking. Doesn't that look good? I can't get away from that light. It's every bit. Hi, Casey Detox Diva. It's every bit as delicious as I expected it to be. So Casey, I made a I got to get away from that light somehow, and we'll put this one up this way. We made a white bean soup with kale. Now, I started out with bacon and I put chicken in it, but this, the original recipe for this is vegetarian. And it uses whatever oil you want to use instead of, hi, Janet Dunbar, instead of bacon. So it's good either way because I've had it vegetarian. And I've done it this way. This, God, I love me. Man, I love me. So the seasoning I used, I didn't use, okay, Stella, okay. I'm trying to have a moment with my food. Trying to have a moment with my food. Okay, so the seasonings I used were quite simple. I used everything seasoning, and I used cayenne pepper, and I used red pepper flakes. So I'm gonna have to rewrite this recipe and then do the video because this, it's easy, it's cheap, it's delicious. I should probably make it vegetarian though, so that people like KC can eat it. Fantastic. Yep. Imagine it without chicken or chicken or bacon. Oh, goodness. Troy's going to be happy. I'm going to turn this way down so the flavors can simmer together. And I promised myself, you guys, that I was not going to stay on to Is there something you want? Do you want to come in? Oh, what do you have? Oh, okay. Do you have, Are you okay? Did you get rid of it? Okay. All right, go away. Go away. So I promised myself I wasn't going to stay on any longer than I needed to, because I'm not all about that. I have to get 2 hours anymore. I got everything done I wanted to get done, and with your assistance, I got it done quickly. So I really appreciate you being here. And I'm going to sign off. I've had a wonderful time. I will see you during the week. I think I'm in rehearsals till 5:30 every day, so I'll be streaming as soon as I'm out of rehearsal. Just look for the notification. I have a video coming out. It's a new cooks video. It could have been a Kicking It with Karen Beyond Sauerkraut, but this is, I do some explaining in it. So I have a new cooks video coming out on Tuesday. And then I'm trying to do the 1-minute videos for Friday. They just come out at 7 a.m. The lastest chicken ever, baked chicken. And then I've done the everything seasoning as a 1-minute video. I've done, what else did I do? Oh, I poured a bottle of beer. So, oh, poor Troy. God, they interrupted his practice session to have him lift heavy things, and he's got a bad back. So I may have to go out there and try to assist. So with that said, I want you to remember to live, love, and learn, and have a great Sunday evening. Eat good food. Get good rest. Okay? Thank you. Bye. This was fun. Thanks. Yes. Yes. I really appreciate you all.